Hey, before we get started on today's episode, we have a quick disclaimer for you. Constable Bean is a little rowdy, and there might be a bit of cursing involved throughout our episodes. We are all about sharing authentic well being journeys, even if they're not always pretty, because, it'd be like that sometimes. So we want you to feel super comfortable and respected while you're tuning into our podcast. So if you're easily offended by colorful language. That was a great way of putting it. Great job, Jade. This podcast might not be for you, and that is okay. But we wish you well always. Now, let's jump into today's episode. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Constable Being the podcast where the intention is well. My name is Jade.
And I'm Aileen.
And we're your hosts for today's episode. If you're new, hi. If you're not new, welcome back. It's been a minute. I'm surprised that I nailed that intro. I'm so proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous.
It was good.
I did it on the first time. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so we're just gonna hop right into it because why not? So today we're gonna do a fun episode. Me and Aileen, we're just gonna just have a little laugh. So I was telling Aileen, so on TikTok, I always see like these people reading like Reddit posts, and I find them so interesting. It's like, am I the asshole for this? Or like it's like these whole things, and I get lost in them. And so I was like, I want to do one for Constable Bean, but we're gonna make it like wellness version. And so I found this whole thread on what harmless wellness/fitness trends did you say you'd never do and now you're hooked? So we're just I'm excited. We're just gonna read through them. I have definitely said that I wasn't going to do some of these, and now I do them, and I'm like shocked. So yeah, we'll just get started. So
Okay.
the first one starts off with water talk, which I didn't even know what that was, but
What is that?
the person said, so mine is 100% getting into water talk, my water. At first, I was like, well, why don't you just learn how to drink water instead of spending hundreds of bucks on syrups and flavor packs? I have no problem drinking plain water. I love it as well. But also, thought back to when I used to use a product on Etsy called RX Nutrition loaded teas, which were essentially flavored water add-ins with some extra vitamins. It was the same damn thing. So I bit the bullet and bought a pack of Crystal Light Peach Mango at Target. They also have lemon punch and fruit punch and berry punch. And yeah, I get it now. Water talk is onto something. I know some people say not to drink your calories, but the 5 to 10 calories with no sugar, sometimes depending on the brand, that gets me to drink significantly more water throughout the day makes it seem worth it. I'm not committing to all the syrups and crazy drink recipes, but I admit I prejudged those ladies. That was the first one. That was the intro. That was a long one. And you know what? I don't really like the flavored water. It's not my thing. I don't know.
I would say, I'm not gonna lie, I've tried it
Okay.
and
I've
I got
tried it.
into it for like a hot second. Like they
Okay.
had at Target, you could buy, it was like these, what were they called? Like Mio or something, like
Okay.
MIO. And it came into like this little container and it had just like liquid. And you could like put some squirts into your water and it would taste like strawberry kiwi or something. It like
Tell me about it. What was
at
the flavor? Like, did it take the my thing is I don't like when they have that like stevia taste, and I feel like they have that stevia taste.
oh,
Did that one?
100%.
Okay,
Like
that's my issue.
they taste like artificial, but I mean like I'm not gonna lie, like your water like instead of like a juice, like if you
Mm-hmm.
really like juice or like it reminded me like of a Capri Sun, but like
Okay.
if you want something like that, 100%. Like I liked it for I'm probably bought like two containers of it, like
Mm-hmm. That's a
little,
lot. That that's a good
yeah.
amount.
And maybe I tried it out for like, I'm gonna say like a month or two, but I love water. That Like that was just like a fluke. Like I don't know why I did that.
Wait, can I
And
pause you really
yes.
fast? When you said I love water, did it not remind you of Oprah when she's like, I love bread? Like
You know what? I'm with Oprah. I love bread too.
I that's all that reminded me of when you said it like that. I
I
love
love
water.
water.
So I support it. I support it.
But I mean, Oprah's not wrong. Bread's delicious, but
Bread is
so is
delicious.
water. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I don't love water like that. Like I will forget to drink water. I will not lie to
Really?
you. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just not fun. And that's not to say I would like force myself to drink water because I can tell when I'm like my face looks better when I drink water. So I try and drink like 3 hydro flasks of water a day,
Good.
but it's just like, do I love water? I don't feel like I love water like the way that you love water. Like
I
I drink
just,
water because I'm supposed to drink water, but I don't
yeah.
like I'm not like but I do have like the little like emotional support water bottle and I do be drinking water. It's just
I'm
I'm not like
like,
I love it.
I guess I'm crazy with my water. Like I've never, I don't, now that I'm thinking about it, I might be a little nuts, Jade. So listen, at first, like back in the day, like when we were working together, like it was more of an excuse, right? Because
Mhm.
like people like would be like, "Hey, do you want to join me to get ice in the cafeteria?" Sure. Let me go down there. Let me get ice. I don't want to sit at my cube anymore. So we'd go down, get ice, get water from the cafeteria because we swore the water was better in there than inside of our own building. And then we'd come back and it was more of like I don't know, just to like leave my desk and chat with a friend
Mhm.
than really about the water. Then like I started like reading about the benefits of water and like how much you need and all this stuff. So then now I you're gonna think I'm crazy. And I'm
I won't.
sorry
I won't.
to everyone out there, but I like have like I don't I prefer bottled water. And
Now hang on.
everyone,
Hold on.
yeah,
Hold
yeah, yeah.
on.
I knew
Hold
you were
on.
gonna have a
Hold
problem with
on.
this,
Now hold on.
okay?
Hold on. Are you telling me right now? I know you're not telling me what I think you're just telling me right now.
What?
Are you telling me that you prefer to drink when you say bottles of water? You mean like the plastic bottle? Like what type of bottle are we talking about right now?
What? Yes, Jade, it's this plastic bottle that I buy. Don't even get into this right now.
Wait,
We're gonna have this whole
Aileen,
conversation and
Aileen,
argument
no,
about
because
water.
I'm not arguing with you about water. I just need to get a better understanding of what type.
Yes,
Like. You're
I.
talking about you like the taste of bottled water, like plastic bottled
You want
water.
me to tell you why?
Yes, I do. I think everyone
Okay,
wants to know. I don't think you're crazy. I'm not judging you, but I'm
listen.
quite curious.
We used to work with an industrial hygienist,
Hmm.
and I will never forget this because he's the one that forces me to drink out of bottled water. So I told you I used to go to the cafeteria with a friend. I think you used to do it too. I don't remember. But us,
I was always down for the walk. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah.
probably would join, but
I think we all did. Do you remember the little red machines that were there and that gave you like nice crushed ice and you could get water?
no. I remember
No.
doing a lot of Starbucks runs though in the morning. I do remember
Those were
that.
priceless. I love
Yeah.
those.
But I don't
I
remember
miss
going to
them
get
today.
water. Yeah.
So we would go to the cafeteria. I want to, I swear you used to go.
I'm sure I did. I don't
And
doubt it.
we would get like crushed ice from the machine and then we'd get water. And I opened my mouth one day and I told our industrial hygienist, and I said, yeah, all of us interns go down there because the ice and the water is better. And he's like, oh, you probably shouldn't do that. I said, why? And he said, have you ever thought of how often, like, it's one thing to change out the filters, but who cleans out the spigots and all of that on these different types of refillable things? And I was like, and then he's like, I don't recommend that you drink out of them. And so ever since then, like my mind has gone to a place where it if it's if I'm getting my water from a public place, I don't know how they're cleaning it. I don't know who else is putting their germs on this. I don't know how often you're cleaning the filters. So to me, it grosses me out because I don't know, Legionella could be grown on that crap and I don't know, right? Like, and ever since then, I was like, oh my God. So don't get me wrong, like at home, like I have a Brita, I change the filter. I can control that.
Um,
But
I have bad news for you.
Brita's bad for you. Yes. I need to
Okay.
get one like yours, okay? I know
Okay,
you sent me the information.
I was like, Aileen, I have some really heartbreaking news to tell you about Britta.
Yeah.
But okay, okay, you're up to date. Okay, can I just say you're stressing me out because it's like, so you prefer no judgment. I love you so much. So you prefer you're stressing me out though. So you prefer to drink the water out of the plastic water bottle. Are you not
Like,
worried about like the plastic, like you said fuck BPA, like you were just
yeah,
like
uh, because it's like maybe there's long-term effects in that, right? And how it can cause
perhaps.
different things, right? But the other one, like, I felt like there's more of a risk to catch something. I did a whole risk assessment, okay?
Oh,
And
okay, okay,
like, I
there's
was
research
like,
to this. Okay.
yeah, and I was like, there could be long-term effects of the plastic and all of that, right? 100% get it.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a higher probability of me getting something from a public filtered water place than I just, to me, I just feel more comfortable drinking out of bottled water.
Okay, that's
Because,
fair.
like,
And you know what?
even at my workplace, like, at every single floor, like, they have like a little aisle that has like restrooms, and every single floor, they have like places where you could refill your water bottle. Get this. On my team, I have operational sustainability. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They see me, I bring 3 water bottles to work, not the tiny ones. Like I get the alkaline water.
And these are in plastic water bottles.
Yes.
Okay.
They're in plastic bottles, they're alkaline water, and I
Okay.
buy them. Not because I know what the hell alkaline water does. I get them purely for the size of the water bottle, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Because I don't want to carry around 6 water bottles when I can carry around 3.
Aileen, what about reducing plastic?
Get out of here. I
Aileen,
I don't care.
oh
Like,
my God. You know what? And that can be your truth. That is for real. That is so for real.
I hear it
I
from the
just
team. They're like, "Really, Aileen, you're drinking out of this." I said, "Did you check? Are you cleaning those? Who's changing the filters? How often? Who's touching that crap? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I think we give too much trust into people, and I'm just a weird clean freak. You know this. Like my
Yes.
apartment. Like I used to
You're
clean the
not weird.
baseboards.
You're not, I
Like,
mean, everyone, I clean the baseboard. Like this is not, you're not a crazy clean person. I understand your thought process on why you're like, that's kind of suspicious. I don't really know how this is going.
yes.
My only not concerned, but maybe suggestion is like maybe for like the environment and stuff, like maybe use like the glass water bottle. Like, they don't have to
Okay,
be
okay.
reusable, but like not the plastic ones,
I will
perhaps, maybe.
consider. I will
Um,
consider just for you,
that's all,
Jade.
that's all, that's all, that's all. But you know what? That that is quite the truth. That is the truth. And you know what? I can appreciate you telling me your truth on that one.
Okay.
Drink your
So,
water bottles. Drink, you like water bottles. You like
do okay, I think it also goes back into my head, like traveling to other countries,
fair,
you drink out of bottled water. Like you don't drink what comes out of the sink or anything like that.
depending on what country you go to.
Yeah, but like when I traveled to Indonesia, purely
Mm-hmm.
strictly bottled water.
Yeah,
When I go to Mexico, strictly bottled water, right?
true.
I think we're fortunate in like we live in North America and the United States is that we could drink tap water if we wanted to,
We
right?
can, but let's not lie and say that like the water is amazing in America because it's kind of
No.
suspicious.
Yeah,
Um,
but we have that option, right?
yeah.
Versus a lot of other countries don't. So I think it's really like a mental thing for me. Like it just certain things gross me out. Water is something that I'm like very picky on.
Hmm.
That it like I don't know. It's just like a thing like water needs to be clean and I I can't guarantee it and that's why I'm such a big freak. And I never thought that this was going to go into this
I
conversation on
didn't
this
either. I'm
first
like,
thing.
we really, there's so many
So,
other topics, but I agree with you. We deserve clean water, and that's that on
yes.
that. Yes, I agree.
And to each their own. Like
Yes.
good for you. I have a million refillable water bottle things like Hydro Flask, all these bottles. I agree. They're helpful, they're nice to use. It's I will use them when I am at home,
Hmm.
but not when I go out because
Fair.
I don't know. So I'm
That is
just a
fair.
weirdo. It's fine.
You're not weird. That
But
that you're not weird. That because there's gonna be some things that I bring up, and you're about to be like Jade for real. So you're not weird. That was just the first thing that
like,
we're just like. That was not what I was expecting you to say. But
well, like, have you seen those water stores where people take their gallons of water to go get them refilled? They have like are they like the huge jugs of water, like sparklets? But they'll
I
take
thought they like
those.
bring it to you. Do people go get it refilled?
There's like some areas where they have like water machines or a
Oh,
water store, and you can go and like take your gallon, not a gallon, however many gallons are in that, and they'll refill it and then you can take it back. Like some grocery stores will have these like outside. And when I see people using them, I'm just like, dude, how do you know that's clean?
mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't know, it's like a whole thing with water. Anyway, love water. You should love water. If you don't
I
love it, try adding like lemon or like mint or like natural things and it makes the water taste better. Like even if you had strawberries and mint, fire
or cucumbers.
or
I like cucumber water.
cucumbers.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Anyway,
So okay,
I
so
digress. Go on to the next the
okay,
next one.
the next one I hate doing. So the next one is running. So they said, I thought all these happy looking people on social media are liars. I thought running around just for the sake of it cannot be fun, enjoyable, what have you. They all pretend to just look hip. Now I'm one of them, minus the posting pics thing. I hate running. I hate running. I've always hated running. I don't like running. I've literally, I thought that you had, this was like a couple years ago, like years before. It was probably like, I don't know. When did I think that I had to run? I thought like when I was like in undergrad that like in order for you to be healthy, you have to run. And that's just not true. That's just not
Mm-mm.
true. I don't like running because it makes me itchy. And so
I know what you mean. I know
okay,
what you
I was
mean.
like, do you know what I'm talking about? I literally will run and like within a couple of minutes, I'm like I get so itchy and I'll have like scratch marks on my legs from like scratching myself so hard that I hate. That's why I've always hated running, and it's just like not fun. Like unless I'm running from something, I don't need to be running. So I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like running. I never got into it. What are your thoughts on? You liked running. You did like running. Go ahead, tell your
I
story. Tell your truth. I forgot. I forgot you did. When you told me that, I said, Aileen, do you hate yourself? And you're like, I like running. I was like, girl, do your thing. Go ahead.
I
Tell us.
think I liked the adrenaline of doing marathons and half marathons. It was you get out there, you get in like an adrenaline rush and you do it. You're like, oh dang, I just like ran that much, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
But do I love it now? No. Do I want to do one more like marathon? Yes, just to prove that I could do it. But it's not something that I'm like, I love it. But I do see like, so for me, like running or like going on a walk or something like that is like a lean time. Like for you, it's like you meditate, right? You can
Mm-hmm.
relax, clear your head, all that stuff. I like to think of me time as when I'm either running or walking because it's just me out there, right? it's a mental challenge for myself, and it's time where I could just I don't have to listen to anybody. I can play crazy music. It's usually pop music or some crazy like gangster rap music.
Period.
And it's just like it's just me out there running. And half the time I have the music on, I'm not listening to the music. Like I'm in my own thoughts, thinking about like other stuff. And so by the time you get back from your run, you're like, oh, that was fast. Like, but to me, it's like it really it's just like time for me. And now, like, I don't run, but I do go on walks and things like that because walking is super good for you.
Yeah.
Um,
I love a good walk. I
yeah.
do. I love a good walk. A run, first of all, no to my knees. Second of all, I heard that like running is really harsh on your body sometimes, especially if you're running outdoors. Like you really have to be careful about it
Uh-huh.
because it's like a lot of impact if you're like running on cement. So yeah,
Yeah, like they have
careful. But I
like
like
dirt
a good walk.
trails, all this stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love a walk. And
100%.
to me it just do you, right? Some people love it. I get why people love it. Um,
You get the runner's high? Is that what you're telling me? You experience that?
like back in the day, like not now, like I don't think I could run a mile now, but I
I've
told you I
never been
wanted
able
to
to run a
run
mile.
like one more marathon. So my friend messaged me and she's like, "Hey, the like entry fee is on sale. Like, do you want to do it?" And I was like, "I guess. I got to start training for it." So you're going to hear me bitching, complaining, complaining
Do you feel
about
like you can't
running.
curse on this podcast?
I
Is
don't
that why
know
you
if we
said oops?
can.
Aileen,
Yeah.
I have dropped so many. First of all, I don't, Aileen does not listen to the podcast because I literally, at the very beginning of them, there's a disclaimer that's like, we may drop a couple, and that's mainly because of the way that I be talking sometimes. But Aileen, drop as many as you want to. I will put the disclaimer at the beginning of this one.
Thank you, Jade. You can
I've
tell I just record. Jade does everything else, and I do not listen
The
to
thing is,
anything.
I don't re-listen to it. Like the only reason I listen to it is because I have to edit it, but like it's so cringe to hear your own voice. So like I fully if I were you, I would not listen to it either
Like,
cuz you're just like just let it go. Once you record it,
yeah,
just let it go.
I
Makes sense
forget
to me.
about everything. Like,
As you should.
if anyone were to come up to me and be like, "Hey, like it it was hilarious." Like, I'll remember bits and pieces of this that's like funny and that stand out to me. Um, I've like you'll say some hilarious things and I just crack up about it because I think it's so funny. And but after that, like I'm gonna forget. Like I have so much stuff going on. Like half the crap I say I don't remember. Like you can come to me and be like, Aileen, you said this crazy thing about water and da da da. Like I'd be like, did I?
Did
My
I? When did
bad.
I say
Like,
in what
yeah.
episode? Oh my
I
god.
I don't even know what
Yeah.
you named these episodes, okay? Like it's so terrible. So thank you, Jade, for
Of
doing all of
course,
this.
of course, of course. And you know what? I'm excited for you to run your marathon. You said a marathon or a half marathon?
I signed up for a half.
Oh, bless your heart. So how many miles is a half marathon? Was that like 13? Oof,
13.1.
girl. Okay.
Yeah. But so you're gonna hear me complaining about it. It's in February, so I need to start
Okay.
training.
Okay.
And I have not run in a while, so we'll see. But
Okay.
I told you, like, I'm trying to be fit and healthy and all that stuff again. So I think it's a good challenge to make myself like start training and stuff like I used to.
Mhm.
Not just with running. I think it's going to be obviously a combination of things, but I think it's going
Combination.
to, yeah, it'll help motivate me. Anyway,
You got it. You got it. Well, I'm
let's
looking
get to
forward to
the
it. Next one. Okay. The next
next
one
one.
I feel
Next
like
one.
kind of goes along with it, which is weightlifting. So this person
Okay.
says, I was a cardio only person for a long time and it made me dread the gym. I'd end up just quitting, could never stay consistent. Now I focus on weightlifting and I love it. I go to the gym at least 4 times a week now for over an hour. I'm actually excited to go to the gym now. I'm steady losing weight and life just feels easier. I spend about 15 minutes warming up on the treadmill and then I do my weights. This is relatable because I when I got to the gym because I would run and I'd be like, this is ass. And then I would barely go to the gym because I didn't like doing it. And then I discovered
Mm-hmm.
weightlifting and I was like, this is fun. Like, I feel like you get, for me, like, I was like, this is not as chaotic. Like, yes, things are heavy, but like, it wasn't so bad. Like, I was like, if I had to choose between weightlifting and running, I'm gonna choose anything over running, to be clear. But like, weightlifting, it like gave me like, that was like the first time that I started to see like sculptedness. You know what I'm saying? Where I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? Maybe like I'm seeing progress. Like everything else had just kept my body the same. And then when I started weightlifting, I was like, this isn't so bad. Like I could go to the gym. So this is relatable. I didn't used to like weightlifting. I was like, this is not for me. This is like, I don't know, for people that can lift heavy things. And that just wasn't me. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'm dainty. Like I can't do that. And then I started doing it. I was like, this is cool. So
Mm-hmm.
relatable. Yes. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I think although I was very intimidated about it because I didn't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, all these people go there, they know what to do. Like, I don't know, like, what I have to do because it's just like, go grab some weights, go do this, go do that. I'm like, I need like a teacher. I need someone to show me.
Yeah.
But
What is it called? The like positioning of things
yeah.
is very it's sometimes it's kind of scary. And like I have had, it's your form, like your form that
Yeah.
like, yeah. And I feel like especially women are like a bit afraid to go over to like the weight part of the gym because it's like it's all guys over there.
Hmm.
And like, I don't know, that to me is a lot and kind of overwhelming. And then like sometimes people are like jerks and I'm just like, can you, why would you leave like your like heavy weight like right here? Like now I have to pick up this thing and like move it around and stuff like that if I'm like using a machine and stuff. I know
Hmm.
some people don't count using the machine as weightlifting. I do. Like if it's heavy and I moved it, it's weightlifting. And so like if you leave like I don't know, a really heavy like little what is that disc thing? What are those disc things called? A heavy weight on there and then I have to take it on, take it off and then put on my little 4 or 5 pound weights and I'm like this is so embarrassing. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Please
Be
don't embarrass me
respectful.
like that. Exactly. It's humiliating because people are like looking at you like, can she even take off that weight to put on her little baby weight? Yes, but like, why would you make me do that? You know? So,
Hey, there's a video that I was at one of my sites for work, and they were talking about this, and it's about this guy, he's like some Olympian,
mhm.
and he's like, he looks like scrawny, but he's obviously super strong and fit, you know? So he disguises himself as like the janitor of the gym. So there's like these huge, like buff guys, like we gotta find him on YouTube, but I still like I'm like this is out of control. So he's like the janitor. He looks scrawny, and there's like these huge buff guys like lifting weights, and they left out their weights, and he's just like coming through like cleaning up. And so he like these guys are like it's like very difficult for them to like lift these weights and stuff. This guy just comes and like easily picks it up with like a hand and sets it back on the rack. And all these buff guys are like looking at him like, what the heck? How does he do this? Like, and I'm like, people should never judge someone else. Okay.
They
They should.
shouldn't.
But I was like, someone like this guy is an Olympian, stronger than you, and you're like huge compared to him, but hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. And you should always just, be nice to people at the gym. Gym etiquette is a thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Okay, next one. This one I actually haven't done. Ready? So this one is non-alcoholic beer. So this person says, it took me a while to believe it could actually be good. Plus, I always thought it was best to cut liquid calories out entirely. And if I was really craving it, I'd fit in that 150 calories in as a treat. But then I want another one. And then some snacks. Athletic Brewing Upside Dawn is 45 calories, delicious, and doesn't trigger my brain to want more than one. I don't really one every day, but I could fit it in if I did. Have you ever had a non alcoholic beer?
I have not, but it's funny that you bring this up.
Tell us why. Why?
So me and a friend were just having a conversation about how alcohol is so part of our socializing with people
Mm-hmm.
once you hit a certain age.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, let's go out and get a drink. Let's do this. Let's do that. Or drinks are always involved somehow. And like we were having a conversation about this because we're saying how non-alcoholic drinks are kind of becoming popular.
Yeah.
And I was telling her that I went down the rabbit hole on like reels because I was just like, I'm gonna scroll through these, right?
Might as well.
And there's this girl that makes non-alcoholic cocktails. They look delicious. Like, I want to try this recipe. And and then she was telling me, like, is it Blake Lively? She has, like, I forget the name of the brand, but it's like non-alcoholic drinks of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, and then I remember I used to work in like a senior living place. And this lady was like an alcoholic, so she couldn't have like wine and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So every time she asked for like, oh, glass of wine, they had non-alcoholic wine in the back for her. And I was like, I had no idea that they even sold this stuff.
Did she know
But
it was non-alcoholic?
no, we didn't
Okay.
tell her. So
Okay.
like she's like, oh, I'd like a glass of wine. And we're like, okay. And we just pour her that as like her own special thing in the fridge back there. So a friend and I were talking about it and how they're becoming more and more popular. And the funny thing is, like, we know like alcohol is not good for the body, right?
Right. Yeah.
If you want to be in like like extremely healthy in that type of condition, right? A lot of people will cut it out of their diets.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, very good point. But in order to be social and all of this stuff, what do, right? So you could have these non-alcohol, like a mocktail, right? So I think it's interesting. I've never tried like a non-alcoholic wine or um or beer. And the funny thing is it actually came up because I'm planning my cousin's baby shower and I was telling my friend about it and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have like a mimosa bar." And I already bought like 30 bottles of champagne, like ridiculous, right? And she was like, "Well, what are you gonna get your cousin?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't even think of I figured she could drink like the juice or water or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
Like, and she's like, you can buy like non-alcoholic, like sparkling wine and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't think about it. Like I'll buy her like Martinelli's like apple cider.
That is cute. That is cute
And
though.
like so I was like, oh, like I forgot. And then so that's why we started talking about the stuff. And I was like, it's so interesting. Like I didn't realize there was a huge market for it.
Yeah, there is. There is. I've seen they have like they have a lot of them now. Like not just like alcoholic non-alcoholic beers and wines, but like I don't even know. They're like almost I don't want to call them spirits, but it looks like that's what they were. Like there's this one brand that has like they'll give you like one that makes you like kind of like tired, so it's like a nightcap type of situation, and then one that gives you like energy. So I know that there's different types. I haven't tried them, but also I have this thing, I don't know if I'm going to like them, and that's because I'm pretty literal with things. And so if you tell me like this is an alcohol replacement, I'm gonna still think like I'm gonna get like some like alcoholic energy from it where like I'm gonna feel like a little tipsy. And I think the price of these right now, they're pretty like they're kind of high for just like juice babes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Hmm.
like there's nothing in there. And even mocktails, like, cause I feel like I'm like sober curious now. And so like if I go out to a bar and I order mocktails, tell me why the mocktail is like the same price as the cocktail. Like I'm just like,
Are
sir,
they?
yeah, they're kind of yeah. Like I'm like, you guys are out of control. I mean, yes, inflation is a thing, but I'm just like at the same time, like, BFFR, be fucking for real. Like, why is it so expensive for a mocktail? It's like $12 for juice. Like, what are we doing here? And some like mint.
Interesting.
It is, and I'm just like, you know what? Part of me. is like, if I'm gonna pay this much for something, like, might as well get something from it. Like, I know I'm trying to avoid it, but it's just like, you guys kind of aren't making it like super great experience. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
it's there. It's an option, and I mean, I've had mocktails, and they've been really good. I haven't had the non-alcoholic beer or wine, but I'm open to non-alcoholic wine. But that
We
to
should
me
try it one day.
is that not just grape juice? Is that not just grape juice? What's the difference?
I don't think it tastes like grape juice. That's the thing. I think it actually tastes like sparkling wine or whatever you're trying to drink,
Okay.
or it tastes like a beer or something like that. But I'm curious. You know what? I'm not gonna try the non-alcoholic beer. I don't like beer in
I
real
don't
life.
like beer either.
So
Yeah, like I'm like, and it
I would
like,
be more
yeah,
inclined to try like a sparkling wine.
me too. Okay, if I see it, I'll try it. If I
Let
see
me
it.
know. Let me
Okay.
know. Because I feel like it's a good option for people that really want to eliminate alcohol, right?
Mhm.
Because we have that pressure of doing it socially that it would be interesting to see it. I'm not the biggest drinker. On occasion, I will drink, but it's nothing like crazy.
Mhm.
But I'm interested. I'm interested.
I'm
So we'll
open to it.
see.
We're open to it. Okay, so we'll
Yes.
put that one on our list. Okay, this next one, I personally will tap out of because of I'm gonna say it, and you're gonna
How
be
are you
like,
already tapping out
no,
of?
because you're gonna hear it. And you're gonna be like, obviously
Okay,
she's not
okay.
gonna bone broth. Because why am
Oh,
I
I
that
understand. I
exactly? Okay,
understand.
thank you. So this person says, oh, I should start reading the screen names because this one's actually funny. So sorry, I'll start reading the screen names. So aggressive cut 4892 says, I started making it because it would be a same shame to waste all the bones, but absolutely didn't believe it. Um, I didn't believe it would have any special effects. Was actually embarrassed because it sounded like a crunchy fad. A few weeks later, my aggressive hair fall has entirely stopped and I'm growing hair in parts where my scalp was becoming visible. I don't care if it's crunchy. It's giving me thick hair back and you can pry bone broth away from my cold dead hands. Period. Um so
Interesting.
I've never, but what about you?
Um, I have replaced it for like instead of like using like chicken stock or something like that
Mhm.
in like I used to make so I used to make this like every other week. I'd essentially put chicken in a crock pot with a bunch of seasonings and like when you put something in a crock pot, you have to put like liquid in.
Mhm.
So instead of you doing like a chicken stock or something like that, like I would add some bone broth. Would I make it? No. Would I buy it at the store? Yes. Like Trader Joe's has one that I would use.
Hmm.
Have I seen a difference? No, because I don't think I've tried the actual like fad of drinking it all the time. Like I know a
Mhm.
lot of people will make their own and they'll drink it like as like a broth of a soup like at lunchtime and stuff.
Yeah.
I have not done that, but now I'm curious.
I've seen a lot of people do it and they say that it gives them benefit. I couldn't tell you the benefits because it was honestly not for me. So obviously I didn't do research into it, but I see a lot of people doing it. And
Let's
I
see.
mean, in theory, bone broth sounds like soup. So could
I'm gonna
be,
look it up.
yeah. You want me to look up the benefits? Yeah,
Benefits.
there you go.
I'm
Okay,
looking
come
it up.
on. Amy got the computer out. Okay, excuse me.
So
Go ahead.
it boosts collagen, supports healthy digestion, helps maintain the immune system, improves joint pain and stiffness, and supports healthy sleep. Are the
Ooh,
top five.
okay.
Interesting.
The
And then,
collagen thing, that sounds good. That sounds nice.
oh, interesting. So there's a question on Google, and it says, "Is it good to drink bone broth every day?" It says the use of bone broth daily has been shown to decrease appetite due to the high protein content. Thus, many have noticed weight loss as a side effect. However, for this reason, bone broth should not be used daily by
Oh,
children or pregnant women. Interesting.
okay. Well, there you have it.
You
Hmm.
know, I'm not opposed to it. I would try it just to see the benefit, but I have not like tried it consistently.
Well, if you do try it, let
I'll
us
keep
know.
you posted.
Yes. Okay. Are you ready for the next one? I'm about to
Yes.
roast this next one. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay. So, Buttermilk Duds says, not exactly a fitness trend, but hiking. I've never been an outdoors person at all. Now I hike every
I
chance I
can't.
get. I feel so much better mentally after I've been out in the woods. I enjoy it well enough in the moment, but the boost I get in my physical and mental health the following day is unbelievable.
Before
Now,
you even say anything, Jade, before you say something,
go ahead.
let our listeners know about a story about me and Jade. So, Jade and I, like I said, we went to college together. We had our first like grown-up jobs together. Jade went off to a better opportunity. I stayed. Long story short, we both ended up moving to the same area. I remember I reached out to her because I was like, oh, I remember Jade, like, lived up here, whatever. And so I texted her and she's like, no, I just moved back. Then I would say maybe a few months later, get a text message from Jade. Hey, do you still live up in this area? I said, yes, I do. She's like, hey, why don't we get together? Whatever. I was like, yeah, it'd be great to catch up. Mind you, I had not seen Jade in a few years, like four
Yeah, it's like
years.
3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, it's cool. I had like one friend up there and like outside of work, right? And so I was like, yeah, of course. Then, so mind you, I know Jade as the girl that would make weird, healthy wellness choices. And like, she was always like ahead of the game. Like, I'm gonna drink uh, like, what was it?
Chloroform.
Chlorophyll, not chloroform. You're still making that mistake today. That's how Jade would be like, I'm gonna drink chloroform. And we're like, what? And she would be putting chlorophyll in water and drinking it every single day. And so then, but there's this thing. Jade and the outdoors do not go together. Jade is, I just remember she's like, I want to glow. And she'd do her makeup and she'd look gorgeous. And like, she'd be doing all these like healthy, like trendy things.
But
And
I was
we'd be
inside with it. I was inside
always
with it.
inside.
Always inside. Like, which is weird because I'm an earth sign. You would think I would love nature like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was inside. Yeah.
And yeah, so Jade was always inside. She always looked good, like not a hair out of place, okay? And so she tells me, so you free this Saturday? Like, do you want to go hiking? We can meet halfway. And I'm like, who the hell is this Jade? Hiking? Jade? I was like, she's crazy, but okay. Maybe Jade has changed since the time I saw her last. Okay. So she's like, yeah, yeah, let's meet at this place. I said, okay, we get there. We had to park far away and like walk up this hill. Then we start walking on the trail and there's like a slight incline. So we start walking up there. There's like a little park bench. And she's like, Aileen, like, hang on, like I need a second. Like, can we go to the park bench? We have not even hit a mile, guys. Not
We
even a mile.
okay, first of all, we didn't even hit 15 minutes into this walk. Like it
No,
was really
less.
it was
Yeah.
quick.
And
It was
then
brief.
Jade goes and she sits down on this park bench and then a bug flies on her. She has a mini panic attack and is trying to get this bug off of her. She says, can we go now? So we ended up leaving. So I think this question is hilarious because I've only been on a 15-minute hike with Jade, and then we ended up going to a Mexican restaurant and drank margaritas. And
Exactly.
that's where me and Jade reconnected again. And where I was like,
Exactly.
this is my girl. We're
Yeah.
back.
No, I know you thought I was great. You were like, damn, it's been 3 years and she's changed like that. She wants to go on a
Yeah.
hike. No, I was trying to be a good, better person. Okay. I was like, you know what, Jade? Make good decisions. And then I started making the decision. I was like, yeah, no, fuck that. Like, you know what sounds good? A mark. And I don't like hiking. I try. I really do. Like, I really think I've been on like 4 hikes in my life, the 15-minute hike included. And so the thing is like my issue with hiking. So first of all, I don't get down with hiking. Like to this day, if you ask me to go on a hike, I'd be like, do you really want to do that? Like you really like there's no I don't want to honestly, I'll opt out. Like I'm at the point right now in my life where I feel comfortable telling you that I don't want to do that because that fucking sucks. And so that's just the truth. The thing is like people glorify. I obviously don't like hiking. Aileen, I feel like you will have a different opinion, and that's okay if you like hiking. But I don't like hiking because of two things. One, it's just like not fun. Okay. Like it's just like you're outside, it's hot outside. You're like, I don't fuck with nature like that. Like I love nature from afar, but I don't get down with it. You know what I'm saying? I respect it enough to stay out of it. Like I'm just like, you do you, I'm gonna do me. Like I respect Mother Earth. I don't need to be walking around in you all the time. That's totally fine. Also, my other issue with hiking is how people glorify hiking. Like you're literally just walking outside. And so like, oh, you think you're better than me because you're walking in the woods and I'm walking at the mall. Like it's walking. You know what I'm saying? We're both sightseeing. What because you're looking at trees and I'm looking at clothes, you think you're better than me? You know what I'm saying? So like that's my other issue. Like what is this? You think you're better than me because you think you could survive? Like what is that? Like this is just so it's just not for me. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I really don't. Hiking, it's just so hot. Like, what if I run out of water? There's just the bugs and God. It's sometimes it's uphill, sometimes it's downhill. Like, sometimes it's dusty. Like, oh, it's just so much. So that's
You
the way I
got
feel
me
about it.
you're looking at nature. I'm just walking and looking at
It's
clothes.
the same thing. Are we not both walking leisurely and enjoying what we're like taking in visually? Like that's the same thing. So like when I say like, "Oh no, I don't want to go on a hike," but like I'll walk around the mall, people are like, "That's not the same thing." Like I'm one with nature. I'm like, "Okay, and I'm one with the mall." Like no. So that is my issue with hiking. Like everyone's just like, "Oh, it's so nice." I'm like, "For who? For who?" It sounds like work. I don't want to do that. So go ahead,
Okay.
Aileen. Tell us your thoughts on
I
on
respect your
hiking.
decision.
Thank you. I know you do because you let me. You were like, "Yeah, let's go get some margaritas," and I was like, "Thank you so much. Thank you." Oh, I was so
I feel
tired.
so honored that I have been on one of these 4 hikes and it was
Yeah,
only for 15 minutes, but I can say I've seen Jade in the wild.
you have.
Okay.
You really have. You really have. And honestly, I'd be dipping and dodging hike. People love hiking up here too. Like where I live, they're like, "Oh my god, do you want to go on a hike?" And I'm like, "You guys, be so for real. Are you
You know,
serious
that's
right
how
now?"
I got into hiking because that's all anyone does up there. It's like a
Yeah,
thing. And it's like,
yeah.
oh, and I'm like I remember when I moved up there, they were like, I was like, oh, so what do people do up here for like fun, right? And they're like,
They
oh,
hike.
we hike. They're like,
Yeah.
they were giving me all these recommendations for like these different hikes and everything. And I was like, okay. So that's how I got into it. And I enjoy it. I think you can go on these beautiful hikes where the views are amazing. But some of them I'm just like it wasn't great, right?
Mm-hmm.
But other ones, like I understand the appeal to it. So I do like it. I think if you go with the right people and with friends, it's enjoyable. You're outside, you're walking, you're getting exercise, and you're also spending like time with people. So
All
one of the
things that you could do
things
at the mall. I'm just saying, but okay.
is,
Okay.
yeah, you're right. You
I
could do
know.
the same thing at the mall. But like
My
for
my argument
me,
is so valid. I'm already knowing. But yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
here you're constantly walking. At the mall, you're stopping and shopping and looking at stuff. You're not on a constant walk, right? But I see the appeal of both. Obviously, I like them both.
Thank you.
But I like instead of going to meet someone and say, hey, let's go grab dinner together, if someone were to say, hey, Lean, why don't we grab lunch and then go on a hike, or let's just go on a walk. Like it doesn't have to be like it could be on a sidewalk, it doesn't matter in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I'm being more productive. I can still catch up with this person. I'm getting my steps in and I don't have to just sit there, you know?
Fair.
And that's what I like about it. I feel like it's more of a social thing and you can catch up with friends and all of this stuff as you go hiking. But I do enjoy the views and that sort of thing. So
Okay.
the funny thing
Well,
is, we really differ on a lot of these things.
we do. We do. I
Very
didn't think
interesting.
to be fair, I like did I know that I was going to choose these ones? No, I'm kind of like scrolling through them right now and I'm like, how do I feel about these ones? Um but I mean, hey, that's the perks of the podcast is that we bring different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the last one that we're gonna do. So Snoopy underscore dancer says probiotics. In the past, the idea of drinking a sour fermented drink full of bacteria was so weird, but now it's my choice. In fact, the more sour, the better. I try to minimize drinking my calories, so low sugar kombucha or unsweetened probiotic sparkling waters are a real treat. I went from yogurt to Greek yogurt to Skyr. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's a probiotic. All unsweetened, and let me tell you, the shit is sour. Anything in the name of those little uh ooh, anything in the name of those little gut gremlins. Okay. What are your thoughts on probiotics?
I drink them.
Okay. Aileen said
That
yes.
is my thought.
Yes.
Yes, I
Okay.
drink it.
I also get down with pre and probiotics. I do. And I also like fermented foods for probiotics as well. Like I'm really like I will snack on kimchi because it it gives good probiotics. Like it's good for
Mm-hmm.
your gut health. And I'm all about gut health. So yes, I'm down with it. Great. Well,
Yeah.
look at us agreeing on the last one.
But we had to agree on one of them,
On
right?
one of them, yeah, we had to. We did. This one
That
was a
was an
nice little
easy
wrap
one.
up. Yeah. Do you
Yes.
want one more? No, I don't have one more. Do I have one more? Maybe we should end on like a chaotic one. Hold on. A little chaos. Okay, this one I will definitely disagree with you. Okay, really fast. All right, so Espresso Tasse says, eating my first meal at lunch. I always thought people were crazy for not eating breakfast. Now, when I work from home 4 days a week, I have black coffee in the morning and my breakfast in my lunch break. It's much easier to stay in my calories, and being able to have a bigger dinner prevents me from snacking in the evening. So I wake up hungry. So I disagree. I can't do it. I've never I think I used to do it when I would work and my like job and I didn't have time to make breakfast. But now, like I'm eating. Like sometimes I'll wake up and make pancakes, like if I have time. Like I love every meal of the day. I don't skip. So just my thoughts on it.
Um, I would agree with you, like, but recently, like, my doctor was like, hey, you need to try like fasting.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, and I started doing it. I have noticed benefits from it. Like, I feel more energetic and this sort of thing, but it's hard because you always have temptations, right? So you see other people having breakfast, you see all this stuff, but I do, I have noticed the benefits of eating later. Like, you do have this peak of hunger where you're like, I'm gonna hurt someone because I'm so hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come down from it and you're fine. And like, it's weird how your body kind of regulates it. But like, I've never slept better, woke up
Ooh.
more with like, sometimes I wake up and I'm just like groggy. I don't want to get up. I'm tired, right? It's like when I fast, I wake up with so much energy. Like the first week is terrible. Okay. Like honestly, like you're just like, this is the worst. I'm hungry. I'm bite everyone's head off because I'm angry and I want food. Right. And when I fast, I feel amazing. Like I wake up, I'm like, I'm ready to go. Like I can jump out of bed. Like I feel like one of those commercials, like, yay, it's today. And you jump into your bed and you're like ready to go.
You like open
And
up the blinds and the sun comes
yes.
through. That's beautiful. It's like a
And
tampon commercial. That's really
yeah,
beautiful.
it's
Aw.
great. Just imagine me in one of those commercials.
Aw.
And it's it's like crazy. Like I would have never thought that, but I do see the benefits of it. But
Interesting.
do I enjoy breakfast? Heck yes. Like I love breakfast. So it just kind of it just like depends, I guess.
It
So
sounds
I've
like you have
been
to get
doing
used to
bad.
it.
Yes. I've been
Yeah.
doing bad, but I do need to get back on it. So probably tomorrow or Tuesday because tomorrow's a holiday.
Yeah, I was about to say,
But
why would you do that tomorrow?
yeah,
Yeah.
probably Tuesday. And it does help me when I like go into the office
Hmm.
because I just like I don't have to worry about stuff in the morning and I'm already in a rush to try and leave because I don't want to sit in traffic. So I get up, I have to get ready, and I have to leave my house by 6 a.m. to get to work and skip the majority of traffic. So for me, it helps fasting. And like I was so dependent on coffee. And even like when I was fasting, I switched to green tea. I would drink green tea in the mornings and it would give me that little bit of a caffeine boost. And because I don't like coffee without like cream in it, or I
Hmm.
put protein in it, but without anything in it. So I would drink green tea and I'd get to the office, I'd sip on the green tea, and then I started like I would just when I first started, I wouldn't eat until like 5 or after. So I'd fast all day. And then I was like, no, I need to move it up. So then I started eating like around like 2, 3 o'clock. And because I was getting like way too hungry. So I
Hmm.
think if you figure out the perfect time slot, it's great. And like the thing I like is like I don't have to think about what I'm eating. I can say like this is what I want to eat. Obviously try and make healthier choices, but I could have a 3 course like meal and not feel bad about it. Like I could have a
Very.
salad, I could have whatever the main dish is, and then like I could have apples and peanut butter at the end of the day. And that's like my dessert, right?
Hmm.
Or if I really wanted a scoop of ice cream, I would not feel guilty because I rewarded myself from fasting all day. But I do see the benefits of it. Um, I'm not opposed to it, but it is hard.
And you know what? You're God's strongest soldier. And we'll end it on that because
I was not
I,
expecting that.
you are, because I can't do it. I'll literally, I think I'd lay down in the middle of the floor, like at work, if I made it to what, honestly, past like 1 o'clock. Like I'll be like, I can't do it. So I will end it on that. And I knew we were gonna end it on a chaotic note because I can't do that. So see, I mission completed. So with that being said, thank you guys all. This was a fun episode. I really like this one. Thank you for doing this one with me. They're all fun episodes, but this one was a bit rowdy. So appreciate you. And I appreciate everyone for listening. Thank you, friends, for listening. With that being said, we hope that you have a good day or a good night, and we hope that you are well. Bye.
Bye.